Hey, hello. Welcome to my next episode in the Metaverse Grammar series. In this episode, we're talking about adjectives, and adjectives are fairly fairly simple, but they're a very core component of the English language. So, with adjectives, they're basically words that describe the characteristics of a person, place, or thing, otherwise known as a noun. We actually cover nouns in another video. But as far as what I chose to do with this experience, as always, I chose to start it off with a character scene that introduces the concept and also greets the user. And then I go to another character scene that uses a graphic uh, that I created in Photoshop, and it has the definition of the word. Um, and then with the character scene, I go on to actually use it for my explanation. In this instance, I picked the bear, and I show that the words cute and brown. If you're saying that the bear is cute and brown, then those two words are adjectives because they describe the qualities of a bear, or the traits, as I say multiple times throughout this experience. And so, uh, yeah, that's one of the main takeaways with adjectives is that they describe the trait or a characteristic. What it does it possess? It's one thing to say that you're wearing on shoes, but it's another thing to say that they're your favorite shoes or they're your good shoes. Another example is with the cat. I say that the bored cat sits in front of me. The word bored is our adjective, but some people might be tempted to go for the word in front of, the words in front of, and that actually isn't. Some people feel or they think that when you're describing where a location is, that constitutes as an adjective, but that's actually not. That's another term that I don't really want to get into now because it'll kind of just mix things up. But it's another term for that, and I will make another tutorial that's all about those. Uh, but yeah, another way to think about adjectives is that they're telling you what something is or how it is, but they're not telling you where it is. So then I go on to create a test or a leaderboard experience, which is it's a quiz and whatnot. And so in this experience, I use logic blocks. I use the leaderboards. You can get them by going to add new, go into leaderboard, and there are only two options: increment leaderboard or decrement leaderboard. Add or subtract away from it. Now in this case, I made it to where the right answer gives you 50 points, whereas the wrong answer takes away 50 points. So it's possible to have minus 50 points or plus 50 points. What's important is to make sure that all your point values are the same, because unless it's a sort of thing to where some questions you want to make them easier and have them, be valued by less, you want to have it to where all the points are equal, so that way they can have a better aggregate score. And then you want to make sure that your proper answer is linked by going to transition block, then increment leaderboard, and it goes to this one. It's the first one, but if you notice, they actually highlight it with a little circle, so that will let you know which one it is in the event that you have multiple logic blocks like how I do. Can be a little tricky, so if you have to rearrange everything and make sure that it all leads into one another, then definitely do that. But as I showed in my previous videos, if you go and you type in metaverse or leaderboards.metaverseapp.io, it will take you to the create a new leaderboard in the first place. Then once you do that, you take that new URL and put it over here, and then you use the leaderboard ID. It'll give you that once you create a new leaderboard, and then you copy it and paste it into here. So now at the end of the test, everything loops, everything is connected together. And then at the end of the test, what you want to do is you want to have it to where they have the option to check their score, but then you want to have it to where the score loops back to the ending scene. It's really helpful that the blocks will light up when you're trying to figure out where everything goes. I also have it to where they can try again. We'll have to zoom out for this. And as you can see, if a person decides to try again, then it will take them all the way back over to the beginning of the test, and then they can try to get the right answers again. And if they get the wrong answers again, then it will continue to subtract, and they'd have a negative score if they went through the whole thing and got all of them wrong. But if they started to get positive scores, it would add up. So now all that's needed is to test the experience. Okay, so this time let me test this out. See, so okay, describe person, place, or thing. So everything is still working out just fine. All of my my experiences are connected. Everything is looking good thus far. And then here's the part where I give the tip about be careful of in front of. I'm hesitant to even use the term that these words would be, so I'm not going to. But I'll likely do that for the next episode since I'm teasing it so much. Then okay, so here's the first part of our multiple choice. In this case, our word is scary. The Statue of Liberty is a famous landmark. Which of these describes the Statue of Liberty? Oh, famous. It should be famous, but I've accidentally typed in lamest, so I'll have to fix that. Little baby has one shiny white tooth. Which of these isn't an adjective? So we flip it. So which of these isn't an adjective? And in this case, it'd be baby. And thank you for your time. Check your score. Try again or leave if you'd like. So now I'd like to see if this little hub area is working. Okay, and so that's good. It calculated all of my scores. And it took me back to the ending, where if I pick try again, it would take me to the beginning. So yeah, everything is working. So alright, I just need to go fix that typo, because that would potentially cause someone to pick the wrong answer. They could think it's a trick question, when in fact it isn't. Famous is the word we want. So yeah, other than that, everything works out. And yeah, these leaderboard logic boxes are definitely not too difficult. They really are just dependent on increment and decrement leaderboard. So once you get a hold of that, you can make any kind of friendly competition, but still will be a competitive test sort of thing. So thank you for your time, and bye bye.